Good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. You are here with Morris. Hope you're all having a beautiful day of it out there. Let's crack on, shall we? Let's get into Mission 3. Making some nice progress. But yeah, we're kind of... I'm sure you've guessed by now over the... it's only been a couple of episodes, right? But I'm sure you've guessed that I know a few things about this game. I've played it quite a bit. Played it enough to know enough about the game, So I kind of want to talk a bit more about what it's doing rather than explaining what is going on. I always say that this game suffers from... well, not suffers, actually, but just takes a bit of... I hesitate to say inspiration from, but certainly there are similarities to Metal Gear Solid 2, I think. Just in terms of its presentation of characters, certainly. And just in case you thought I forgot, there are orbs there, but I don't need them. But yeah, it's... because what you've got, think about the opening of it, right? You're presented with Nero, as the protagonist of the game. And then you're presented with Dante, who is, at this point, I guess, seen as the antagonist, as the bad guy. For all you know, certainly for, new fans, you don't know what his motivations are, but they seem, at this point, to be pretty foul. He comes in and supposedly, just assassinates the leader of this order, and then fights you, and takes the mick out of you constantly. And then just runs away, and now you have to pursue him. So, the only thing you know is that he's the target at the moment. But, think about the comparison to Metal Gear Solid 2, you're presented with, rather than Nero, you get Raiden, who is, the younger, kind of, I guess, more brash, he's inexperienced, he's generally more whiny, I think that would be the best way to kind of sum up the two characters. And then you're presented, what you get to do is you get to look at the main character from the other games, i.e., Devil May Cry 1 through 3, or, Metal Gear Solid 1, and I guess Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 way back when, So you kind of, you're kind of looking at them through a different lens, and I think that, coming off that, if we take Devil May Cry 3 and Metal Gear Solid 1 as comparisons, in those games, you got your young Dante, who's kind of doesn't really know too much about what's going on, capable enough, but doesn't know too much about the situation as a whole. And I think, Solid Snake, alright, he's kind of, it always blows my mind that Solid Snake is retired in Metal Gear Solid 1, and, it's like 20 years later or something, still exploring that, still exploring his timeline, but yeah, he might be a bit more experienced than young Dante would be as a comparison, but he still doesn't really know too much about what's going on, Liquid Snake famously at the end, is like, Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know, he's the only one who doesn't realize the kind of the bigger picture. But then you move into the next game, take Metal Gear Solid 2 and this, Devil May Cry 4, all of a sudden you're looking at a character who seemingly knows everything. In Metal Gear Solid 2, Solid Snake knows everything about what's going on, knows way more than Raiden, and keeps it to himself also, at times. And then in this one, you've got Dante, who is clearly, way more developed, way more skillful. He's leagues ahead of Nero in terms of combat ability, So I think the two characters, you can definitely, you can see the comparisons straight away, I think. I don't know, I just thought that was, maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but I did think that was the kind of, I don't know, it took me a while to notice, really, but I guess, this game, and certainly Metal Gear Solid 2, those are games that I can play over and over, so, playing them side by side, you kind of directly see the comparisons, really. I'll admit the gameplay is a little different, but, to be expected. But I think it's a really kind of it might seem a bit strange at the beginning, and I think that's why people, people reacted in the same way to this as they did with Metal Gear Solid 2. It's like, well, who's this Nero guy? Well, who's this Raiden guy? We don't want to be Raiden, we want to be Snake, And Snake, again, initially, in Metal Gear Solid 2, presented as potentially being, the leader of the terrorists. The colonel tells you, oh, the leader of the terrorists calling himself Solid Snake, You're like, what? But I guess fans of prior games of both series would, figure out pretty quickly that, Dante and Snake, they're not the bad guys. How could they ever be, really? It's another one of my favorite cutscenes. No real reason. But no, you look at this and you go, why do people prefer DMC? What? Who are these phantom individuals who don't seem to understand that this is way cooler? If a little far-fetched. Saved your life. It was all me. I'm the hero.
I owe you thanks.
You're from the
How are you not freezing?
I've never seen you before.
I'm new. Gloria.
I don't shake hands, I'm too cool.
You're Nero, right? I've heard rumors.
Hasn't everyone?
Quite a few, in fact, and none too flattering.
So, what's the deal? Where are they coming from?
It's strange. No matter the number you kill, more will come.
I would never keep a blade there. Maybe it's different for women. Can't imagine it is though, but I would never keep a blade there.
Got some personal slang to take care of.
I'll join with the others. We'll take care of them. May the Savior be with you on your journey.
Savior.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, think about, that kind of cutscene. It was missing from DMC. It just, well, any of the sort of cool action set pieces in these cutscenes, they were all missing from DMC. Think about the opening. Think about what happened in the opening of this game. You got Nero fighting demons, and then you got Nero fighting Dante. Both are really cool, and people would make the argument, well, why don't we get to do that? Why are we not controlling what's going on? Why do we just have to sit and watch? But I don't know, I disagree. I think there are some things that you just, why not? Why can't we sit and watch that? That's awesome. What's happening on screen? I don't care. And I think this game has, this game has the gameplay to complement those kind of scenes. You don't have to play it all because you do enough cool stuff in game anyway. Maybe not initially, it takes a bit of practice. I don't need these. I don't need to destroy this stuff. I just while I'm talking, why not? But you think about the opening of DMC, the latest one, and it's just like some, Dante's in the club. That's pretty much it. Then he probably has sex with people, probably both catches and transmits multiple STDs. I mean, that's not, certainly someone like me can't identify with that kind of thing. I identify more with this than the new Dante, really. And I'm okay with that. And I mean, that opening level as well, I'm just thinking back to the opening level of DMC where they have the whole, you know, nod to this series by having the whole thing where the kind of the mop or whatever it is that falls on Dante's head and gives him the white hair look, and he's like, oh, not in a million years. That's dumb, because when you get your Devil Trigger super ability in DMC, your hair fucking turns white, so either you like the idea or you don't like the idea of white hair. You know, but just decide. I know, it's always seemed dumb, that bit to me. But hey, I welcome any DMC fans out there to kind of counter me on that one. I imagine there's too many. But yeah, I mean, you can see from the way that I'm playing, I know the moves that work on whatever enemy, you know? So as long as you master those, you're kind of okay. Yeah. And I've not even gotten around to using the gun. The gun is like your best friend on this game. As Nero, anyway. Just the whole charge shot thing, where you kind of charge it. It's got 3 levels of charge, and it's actually... It's one of your more powerful attacks overall. And I said in the opening episode that, you know, the tutorial says press square to shoot, right? But I actually mapped the button to, what is it? To R2. I had to actually look down to check. Second nature now, I don't even think about it. But yeah, R2 is how I fire. And that probably seems like a dumb idea, because it's way easier to press square to shoot than keep tapping R2, the trigger button, to shoot. But actually, when you think about it, how many people use just the base shot to, like, attack? I mean, nobody fights like this, really. The main purpose of the gun, I think, it's an ability you unlock. You know, you can buy, well, you can buy it straight away, I guess, if you have the points, but, you know, you unlock it whenever you unlock it. You know, the charge shot is just, it's the main reason why you use the gun, I think, just because it's so powerful. And the reason I map it to R2 is because charging it with the square button means you have to kind of walk around holding square and still trying to fight by using triangle. And if you think about it, I mean, your hands can't really do that, I don't think. But if you map it to a shoulder button where your fingers just naturally lie on a controller, or at least nearer to on a controller, then you can fight quite comfortably. At least on normal. The later difficulties, not so much. But, you know, you can fight on normal, and then you can just, you know, you can attack however you want, whenever you want, really. And you can see it's fully charged now, and I'm instantly charging it again, because I can just hold down the button, and I can do anything else that I want to with you know, it's not an issue to have my finger there, because it's already pretty much there anyway. I don't know, it's just a little... I mean, you can tell, I never change the controls for a game, really. Other than, like, the camera, if it's inverted, I change it to normal. Make sure up is up and down is down, because that makes sense to everyone. We should. You know, just have it like that. That's really the only thing that I've ever changed. Normally I put up with... No matter how awkward it is, I'll always put up with control schemes. But this one, I played it so much that I thought, you know what, I can't get the shot. And it's such a good move. I can't use it because it's in the wrong place. I can't press that button and everything else at the same time. Oh god. You know, then it's just so useful. You can use it to... Well, you can use it to finish off enemies, you can use it to stun bosses. You can use it to just... Because the final charge shot ability, there's 3 levels of it. The 3rd level has like a double whammy attack in it, where it, you know, the initial hit, but then an explosion later on. And it just kind of, you can use it to kind of just keep one enemy busy, like with those Frosts, who are quite, you know, one of the tougher enemies of the whole game. I mean, I'm kind of making short work of them on this difficulty, but Certainly, I think one of the most annoying enemies of the whole game. But it's just so much easier if you can keep one of them at bay with that charge shot, you know. And certainly with enemies like these, it's just absolutely wastes them, really. I know, I don't think there's an excuse not to use it. And it's another one of those things that's same as charging the sword up, really. You know. Alright, you don't have to learn to charge the gun either. The game's still completable, but boy, if you do, you're going to have a much easier time of it. It pays to kind of learn how to do this stuff. I'm sure to you, you know, vets out there play this game a whole lot. This will just seem like trivial stuff. But I'm just talking about, you know, because I was kind of just playing this game pretty casually at first. Wasn't really that bothered. I hope I haven't skipped cutscenes without realizing it. I don't think I have. But it's amazing how you get into the habit of it.
That's one way to get yourself shot. So, you after this guy too, or just here to catch some demons? Silent type, huh? Well, that's annoying. Much for friendly banter. You wanna fight? Come on.
So yeah, these knights, probably one of my favorite enemies of the game. They might look kind of bland-ish, but these are kind of the foot soldiers almost for the Order. So these guys are created basically to hunt down demons, and because they recognize, Nero's arm as being demonic, and they kind of just come after him. But yeah, they're kind of, I don't know, they're a lot of fun to just wail on. You know, because they're not super tough. They're kind of a little way flimsier than you think they're going to be, let's put it that way. And you know, you can grab them and throw them across the room, which is always fun. And there's only a couple of different types. I think they could have made way more types of these things, but they're a fun enemy, and they're a little bit more complex than they seem at first as well. But we'll get into that later on.
A demon had possessed the Order's armor. That's not a good sign.
So this is the basically questionable research being done by the Order, putting demon souls inside the armor. Using demons to fight demons. So this is another one of these just seemingly random things that you pick up to give you more abilities. An artificial soul made using alchemy breathes life into the inanimate. Strange way to end a level, I always think. S! Again. Alrighty, another S rank. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I am going to pause it for now, guys. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. And I hope to see you all in the next part, guys. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you guys... It's a little bit different to the things that I normally do, you know? We play a lot of horror, play a lot of the same sorts of games. And whilst I love them, you know, sometimes you just need a bit of a change. There's a bit more action, there's a bit more fun. You know, kind of goofy fun. That's what I mean. You know, just something a little bit different. So hopefully you're enjoying it, because I could play this game all day, every day. If I could do that for a living, that'd be great. If anyone wants to pay me to play this all day, every day, I'll do that. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I hope to see you all in the next part, guys. I'll see you in a little bit. See you later.